Hello, Senior Classic Games here, and this is the original Master of Magic from 1994. I'm going to show you how you can get a very quick victory. You take out the wizard Sra from contention by choosing his portrait and spend all your points on green books, because that's going to get you Gorgons right at the beginning of the game, which in a quick game are pretty hard to stop. But also it'll get you a spell to map out the world, which means you can find the enemy towns very quickly. Gorgon Vale will be a new starting name, and my two starting troops will just defend. I'll adjust the tax rate for better gold, because I need to convert a lot of gold to magic to sustain the Gorgons. If I lock research at 0, I'll be able to have the most possible mana. Use alchemy to switch some initial gold. So now I'm earning 5 gold per turn and 13 mana. Granary is going to help me grow quickly in population. Doesn't matter what I research, because I'm not going to be using any new spells. Everything will be from what I organised to get myself at the start. So I start by using Earth Law, an instant spell, but it maps out the terrain for the entire window. There we go. Might turn that sound down a bit. So I'm on an island. Luckily the Gorgons can fly. So I'm going to cast a few of these spells to map the general area, and once I've done that, I'll start on the first Gorgon. It'll be enough if I can just find a rival to go and attack quickly. You can't, although they're instant spells, you can't do unlimited ones in the same turn. But in theory, I could just keep on until I map the entire world and then concentrate on the conquest. But what causes the most delay in the game is simply finding where the enemy is, especially if the other plane of Mirror is in the game as well. But that's why I took Sra's portrait, so that he'd be guaranteed not to be one of the 4 or 5 wizards randomly chosen to be my opponent. So accumulation of 35 gold. Now I'm down to 20 mana points in total, and it's 18 for each of these spells. Got to be careful about exactly where I put it. Earth wall still going. Next turn. Yeah, not much on that one. There are several variants on this strategy. This is the green one that is the quickest because of the Earth spell. But I'm also going to show you a white variant that uses guardian spirits. And the most unstoppable one at all, although it's a bit slower, and that's the one known as Wraith Rush, a black version. Black magic bringing forth wraiths, and they raise their own defensive troops for you. Okay. Shrine for more mana. Now that my population growth is well underway with the granary. Okay, well there's the red wizard. The little village there with the red flag on. Now I need some more power. Right, cartographer will give me an overall look. Now, there's 4 on the map, counting me, so there's one I haven't found yet. If I didn't do all this at once, I'd have to keep going back and forth between raising Gorgons and performing these spells. So this makes it simpler. Last wizard's not there. My city, I'm just keep making sure I'm producing enough food there. But more food means less production from building things, and that means well, not just the buildings, but the mana power as well. Okay, is that where they are? No. Come on, last one's hiding. It was furthest north it's going to go. Let's look again. Okay, it's probably over to the west. Earth law. Down south somewhere. Right, try that. There it is, the yellow one. Okay. I can now start casting my Gorgons. Still want to transmute all the gold. And it's going to take a lot of turns to produce that Gorgon. And with my troops sitting at home, I'm not actually doing much during these turns. Just working it up. Gorgonvale's population has grown. Oh, and because I chose the high elf race, my population is producing mana. Only the high elves in this plane and the dark elves in the other plane can do that. I probably won't be bothering with those nodes, the magic nodes. To get the fast victory, I'm just going to be going straight for enemy towns. Probably won't even bother to stop for neutral towns. Shrine, temple for more magic power. Time to adjust the tax rate. Right, everything's going fine. Again, pump up the power from gold. See how my total magic keeps going down. That's that wand symbol over on the right edge. And I need to keep switching the gold to give it something to work on. Here we go. First Gorgons. Now they can fly, they turn things to stone. They're pretty tough, but you can't get them so soon in this game unless you give yourself those 11 green books that I gave myself at the start. Okay, there's the red town. If I knock out a rival wizard quickly, they're out of the game permanently. But after a certain time, they can cast a spell of recall, and they don't vanish unless you take out all of their towns, not just their capital. So I will raze it to the ground. I'm not going to try and defend what I take. So there's another red town. Let's see what it says on the next turn. He's got the spell of recall immediately because he didn't die. So I've got to take out his other town. Oh no, that's the capital. Right, I took out a minor town first. Hey, he's got a lot of summoned enemies. I don't have any overland spells to cast, so I'll just get them going. I gave him a bit of a protection there. But the others have got at the beginning of the game cannot handle Gorgons. This is where the green version is different from the black version. When I do Wraith Rush, I will be actually keeping all the towns and defending them with undead troops. Right, time to fly off to the next colour. I'm pretty sure it's 4 enemies you've got. So now there's 3 left. This undead guy. A lich or something. Okay, it's destroyed 1 blue town. And that's the capital. See, he sent out settlers very quickly to make new towns, or you can do it by taking over a neutral town. But for very early game, those are generally quite well defended compared with what you have in the way of ordinary troops. Okay. Yeah, undead as well as normal troops there. Auto. Lost fame for raising cities, but I'm not trying to hire heroes, so that doesn't matter. 2 down, 2 to go. And 16 minutes out of 21. Right. This is the best way to get an overall view. So you can see the brown towns are neutral. But I want to go straight for yellow. I may not need to raise a second Gorgon. Certainly raise more than one Wraith or Guardian Spirit. What have I got to help? I can fling an ice bolt with as much power as possible. But this is skeletons attacking my town. Because I've totally neglected the defences. I was relying on random attacks not being big enough to defeat me before I've won the game. I don't care about all those troops outside the town. Especially if this one doesn't have the recall spell, because they will just vanish. Destroy city. Defeats aerial, so all those yellow troops are gone. She didn't have the spell of recall yet. One more. It's the green one, I think. Yep, it's my last target. Of course, you can get yourself a much quicker victory by only having one wizard opponent, but I did want these to be a full and proper game. A large world and the full number of enemies. Warbears, just giving myself a little bit of more defense in case at the last minute another random group of monsters come my way. More warbears. Probably could have done this quicker. It's always something you've got to sit and think about. There we go. Attack. He's got warbears. Raise the city. Defeats Raven, that's it. Having conquered both the worlds of Arcanus and Mirror, I and only I remain the one and true master of magic. And there we are, quickest victory.